So now we're at the end of the Hunger Studies class, and we are so thankful that you've joined us on this journey. And Professor Coots and I would like to take a minute just to bring out in discussion some of the concluding thoughts that we hope that you will walk away from. And I think we'd like to start with some of the case studies that we've included. We've included a case study by Dr. Joe Sumners about some of the poverty and hunger here in Alabama. And Professor
Right.
Coots, can you talk a bit about why we included that?
Right. Now, obviously, we're based here at Auburn University in the state of Alabama. But we chose the Alabama case study because it tells a very particular example and a story as to why public policy issues developed in this state the way that they did, and how they affect hunger and poverty. So we could be in Alabama, we could be in any U.S. state or any Canadian province or any district or province of any country. Every community and every place has got its story as to why things developed the way that they did. So as we've said, this is not a history class, but it's important oftentimes to understand what the conditions were in particular societies and how they then later decided to make policy decisions, as we say, about their hungriest and those living in poverty.
Right, and one of the I think ideas that really comes home with the class is that we started with having you guys as students watch Guns, Germs, and Steel, and I think especially with the Alabama case study, you really see how the ideas that Diamond addressed played out in a real world scenario that is existing right now here today. And I also think it's important to note, again, that this is anyone, this is everywhere, and each place has a unique story, but that there are human beings that are being affected by hunger and poverty issues, right. and that it's important to note the uniqueness, but then also the ubiquitousness of the
Indeed.
Situation.
And that's what we've tried to bring out again now in this unit with the case studies that you will have seen. Again, how we apply issues like guns, germs, and steel, accidents of geography, all these kinds of issues as to how they affect the poorest. And then you will come to that conclusion, as I think is fairly obvious throughout this course, that at the end of the day, once the situation is understood in a particular country, a particular community, that it comes down to public choice, to public policy questions. And how priorities are made in a particular community, how you are allocated. And these are the kind of questions that we hope that we will leave with you and you will think about as you take this information and go forth in the world.
And I think one of the things too that's important to me as an educator is to really give my students a toolbox so that they can
Right.
take the knowledge that's bestowed upon them and then go forth and use those
Right.
tools. And I hope that as we've taught you in this class, that you as a student feel like you're enabled and empowered, be it through letter writing to senators, or I know you've brought students to do advocacy work in both Montgomery
Right.
and the state capitol,
Yeah.
and then also in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And so we hope that you truly see that your field, no matter where you are or what it is that you're doing, that it can take a simple email, a phone call. Right. I hope that when you watched my personal story, you saw, even simple things as, what jewelry you buy or what shoes you choose.
Right.
That little
Right.
choices truly add up.
True.
To big change.
So again, in this course, we have not been about sending out a group of hunger majors in the world. We want you to keep doing what you're doing, your particular majors, your chosen profession in life, and you now are informed. You now are an informed advocate for the hungry poor in the world, and you have very important information that you need to think about as to how you can help, how you can be part of the solution. And these are the kinds of thoughts that we'd like to leave you with in this course, to go out there and see how you can help solve this problem in the world today.
So with that, go forth and prosper.
Thank you.